how was your team in Buds and how was your team when you were a SEAL? Was there any bad teams and how did you navigate and develop a strong team or navigate like being in a not so strong team?
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have probably in a group of 15 guys, even if there are SEAL team members, you're going to have one or two um, who are not pulling their load at all times. And I think that's one great thing about being in an organization like SEAL teams or special operations in general is you have to bring your A game every day because if you don't, the guys that are there are going to call you out, and they know what your strong points and weak points are, and that's one thing I really loved about being in the SEAL teams was that guys would call you out and they would help you because you are in a platoon with them, and the success of that platoon is incremental to their success and your success. So guys are going to lean on each other when they have to, but they're going to reach out and coach and help others when they need to as well. So I found that sometimes when you have people who aren't putting their load, pulling it, you put them in a position of responsibility and make them responsible and make them accountable. And a lot of times that will bring their game up to what it should be without any further push or prod. They just need or require that little bit of responsibility and accountability, and that's why they're not performing up to standards. But when you hold them accountable and you give them something and you give them a mission and you give them a standard to adhere to, most of the time people will step up and they will come through for you. I found that out in many situations.
Did you ever find out a time when they did not come through?
I found that sometimes it takes longer with some than others, and that sometimes you have to do more for them. I guess a given point where you say, okay, I'm going to give this 5 days or 6 days, depending on the situation, depending on the urgency of it,
Mhm.
and work with them. And if they don't come through, then you have to take steps to either remove them from the team or find someone else who can do what they should be doing, but that doubles the workload on everyone else.
Now you said something interesting. You said, and work with them. So when you are having a weaker member on the team, you're not just telling them what to do or calling them out. You're also assisting them and being with what working with them. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has got weak points. So
Mhm.
if you can find someone to mentor them, maybe it's not myself, maybe it's another member of the team who has a strong point that we're trying to develop in one team member. So we get them to help coach that guy. And the best thing he can do is just be like a sponge, and soak up that training and become better. And I think sometimes you need to discuss what the ramifications are if they don't step up to the plate and raise the bar on their performance. But you definitely need to help them out. You have to lead by example. And if you're giving someone an example to follow, that's the what you are trying to adhere to, then they can see exactly what they need to do and give them all the tools for success.